What's up? I'm Drew, and I talk about music and shit. All right, so nothing's really. Give me a second. A nigga just started talking, and I'm already asking y'all to give me a second. All right, so look, there's really not much going on right now in terms of music. I think I mentioned it in the Logic video that you know 2018 is moving really slow. We're not really getting a whole lot of special releases in terms of music. The new Tech Nine Planet album I will review. Uh, Mainly because I see that only like two other people on YouTube are reviewing it. So, so I don't know why nobody cares about Tech Nine, but I do. So I'm gonna review his album. I'm gonna give it a couple more listens before I review it, though. Uh, the new Prime album doesn't drop until March 16th or something like that. Uh, and I don't know about anything else dropping. I don't think anything else is dropping soon. So I figured I don't want my channel to just kind of be a wasteland until shit gets dropped or shit gets announced. So yeah, I just decided I want to talk about this. Nobody's really discussed it in like weeks since it was pretty much announced and it's still on my brain, so I'm going to fucking talk about it. Best Buy, Best Buy, Best Buy, Best Buy, Best Buy to pull CDs. Target threatens to pay labels for CDs only when customers buy them. So basically, I'm reading this article here from Billboard, and it says Best Buy has just told music suppliers that it will pull CDs from its stores come July 1st. Now, does that mean that we're not going to be able to get them online, or what? Let's keep reading. At one point, Best Buy was the most powerful music merchandiser in the US, but nowadays it's a shadow of its former self with a reduced and shoddy offering of CDs. Shoddy? Because it's spelled like Shoddy. I think they mean shoddy, like with two T's. Somebody should have spell checked. Sources suggest that the company's CD business is nowadays only generating about 40 million annually. While it says it's planning to pull out CDs, Best Buy will continue to carry vinyl for the next 2 years, keeping a commitment it made to vendors. The vinyl will now be merchandised with turntables, sources suggest. I can't read, y'all. Meanwhile, sources say that Target has demanded to music suppliers that it wants to be sold on what amounts to a consignment basis. Currently, Target takes the inventory risk by agreeing to pay for any goods that is shipped within 60 days and must pay to ship back unsold CDs for credit. With consignment, the inventory risk shifts back to the labels. I guess we can stop right there. So yeah, basically by this summer, ain't gonna be no CDs in Best Buy. You can't go to Best Buy to buy no CDs. Now, I don't know if that means that you can't order them online anymore, like from the Best Buy website. I don't know if that's what that means, but I know it for sure means that they're pulling the inventory from the physical stores. I don't really know how to have this conversation because it's happening. Like this is happening. And this, even though I want to be upset about it, this is the reason why I started purchasing CDs, or the main reason why, one of the main reasons. The main reason is because I'm a music fan, and we'll get into this later, but I feel like you're not a true music fan if you don't purchase physical anythings of music. But we'll get into that later. The other main reason why I started buying CDs is because I know that at some point CDs are not going to be here. Like they're gonna stop making CDs. They've already stopped making CD players in cars. They've already started that. I don't know. This still upsets me. It shouldn't because I saw this coming. I saw this coming. Like people don't buy physicals. People don't buy music. Like that's just it. What do you think streaming is? Like we've already pretty much accepted that people are not buying the music. It's kind of bugging me because it's happening rather quickly. Like I didn't expect this to kind of start happening until maybe I was like 35. Yo, like this shit happening now and it's like surprising me cuz it's just happening like right now. Like motherfuckers like these stores are just kind of like, "Okay, ain't nobody really buying these CDs. Why we keep paying these labels to send them to us?" And then eventually the labels are going to be like, well, why we keep spending money to make these shits if the stores aren't ordering them? And then eventually we're just not going to have CDs at all. We're just not going to have CDs. I'm going to take it back to what I said at the beginning. I feel like you're not a true music fan if you don't purchase the music physically. And I mean like a true music fan. Like you listen to everything, you keep up with what's new, you're in tune with what came before, like you're a music person. If you don't own physical copies of music, I don't feel like you're a true music fan. Like that's just it. Now, that opinion will have to be altered clearly in the years to come because when CDs are pretty much like not being made anymore and they become the vinyl of vinyls, like when they pretty much become vinyls, collector's items, then I really won't be able to say that because I don't even have vinyls. I do plan on getting a record player though and getting some vinyls because that shit looks badass and I want it. But excuse me, yeah, man. This shit is just kind of bugging me because there is a CD culture. Like there is a population of us in America that are going to these stores and buying these CDs. And the reason I know we're here is because when Eminem's album dropped, I couldn't find it. I went to like two or three stores and I had to call two or three other stores and it was like the sixth or seventh store that I called that said, "Hey motherfucker, we got a few copies still." Like the day it dropped. It was either the day it dropped or the day after. I'm pretty sure it was the day after. Yeah, I think it was the day after it dropped and I went around and everybody was out of stock. It's not that they weren't carrying it, like the tag was there. Like if you looked on the shelf, it said Eminem Revival 11.99 or some shit, well, however much it was. And no, they were out of stock. They were completely out of stock. They weren't on the shelves. And it wasn't super early in the morning, so it's not like they didn't stock it. It was like midday. Like, dog, nowhere to be found, sold out. I went to like two Targets. I went to an FYE, and I think I went to like two Best Buys. Nobody had it. Or no, I called a couple of them and I went to like two Targets and a Best Buy. And I called FYE and I called a Best Buy and they didn't have it. So people are buying CDs. They really are. It's just that I guess they're not buying them enough. And it kind of sucks that, we get screwed because there's not enough of us. And, that's just kind of how the world turns, though. Majority rules, I guess. But it just kind of sucks because a lot of people out there in music culture do not understand that CD culture is not just a bunch of hipsters that are just against digital music. Like, I listen to damn near everything that comes out digitally first. Like, when shit first comes out, I'm not buying everything. You guys really think I'm on iTunes spending $10 on every album that comes out that I listen to? Absolutely not. Especially when we get shit like that Migos album. Sorry, I'm not gonna let it go. Like Culture 2 is probably gonna be one of the worst records of the year for me. But anyway, there is no emotional attachment to clicking a button on the computer. Like there's no attachment to that. I pretty much vividly remember everything post Starboy that I've gone to the store and purchased. I remember going to Target and buying Sweet Sexy Savage by Kaylani, which was one of my favorite albums of last year. I remember purchasing Flower Boy at the same time I bought the Sweet Sexy Savage album at Target. I remember buying the Linkin Park Hybrid Theory album from Best Buy. I remember buying I have so many fucking CDs. I got a lot. I remember buying all three Run the Jewels albums from FYE at the mall. You get an emotional attachment when you physically purchase something. There's something about getting in the car and driving to Best Buy the day that an album drops and picking it up and purchasing it and sitting in your car and opening it and looking through the booklet and putting the CD in and, hearing it start and just looking at the album art. Like, there's something about it. And a lot of you are probably like, nigga, you on that fucking, that's that dumb nerd shit. I bet every motherfucker that says shit like that has never purchased a CD. Those are the same type of motherfuckers that say, I don't like that Star Wars, Lord of the Rings type shit. And then you ask them, well, what don't you like about it? And they be like, I don't know, I ain't never watched the shit. Like them motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers. So I feel like the people who do that kind of shit, they're the same type of people who be like, man, y'all on that nerdy hipster shit. Nah, dude. It's just that when you're a true music fan, you want to feel something. You feel something when you're a true music fan, and you want to feel something, and you want to You want to buy a physical CD, man. You want to buy it. You want to sit in your car and open it. Even when you order it, you want to come home from work or whatever and see a package on your doorstep and open it and it be the CD that you ordered. Especially if it's something you pre-ordered, because when you pre-order shit, you forget that shit's coming to your house. So you come home and it's like Christmas Day. You find a present on your front porch. You open that bitch and it's a CD. There's just so many things about CDs that it's almost, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I know it sounds corny and shit, but I don't know how to describe the feeling. It's like, you know, the suspense when you open the booklet to see if there's lyrics in it or not, because I love when the lyrics are in the booklet. I love it. And or when there's good album art in the booklet and you want to see that shit. When you first open the CD or the case and you smell that fucking brand new CD smell. When you put the CD in the CD player, if you have one, and you hear the fucking disc making the sound, like that is not what it sounds like. But I was trying to say the whirring sound, WHIR, like the whirring sound, like you hear it turning in the CD player before it starts. And then, the CD just sounds so much cleaner than MP3 and M4A. Like, to me, personally, CD sounds a lot better. The voices sound a lot cleaner. The kick drums sound a lot punchier and clearer. The bass is not so overpowering, and it doesn't drown out every other sound. What the fuck? Even though I've seen this coming for the past few years, it still kind of makes me feel some type of way seeing it happen. So by this summer, you won't be able to go to Best Buy and buy a CD, which I think is fucked up. But I mean, from their perspective, I guess it makes sense. From Best Buy's perspective, they're like, okay, we got a whole fucking shelf of shit that nobody's purchasing. That's not gonna work. So we need to get rid of it. And apparently Target's just gonna be like, look, if people are ordering the shit, then we'll ask the labels, hey, give us some shit. And if they don't want the shit, we're not gonna ask you for the shit. We're not gonna order it. Like, if it's not gonna be enough people asking for it to meet the demand, then there's really no reason. Or I think they're just gonna do it by individual. So you'll have to get it online. You won't be able to get in store CDs from Target, I don't think, which is fucked up. Because that's pretty much only going to leave FYE. And I don't know if y'all know what FYE even is, but FYE is a store that sells CDs, movies, and shit. And, nerd shit. They sell pop figures, they sell shirts with all kind of iconic characters on it. They got a bunch of DVDs, they got a bunch of miscellaneous items like hats and socks and keychains and figures. It's great. It's a fantastic store. I love it. I don't know if y'all been to FYE, but if you have, I think you've noticed them CD shelves are overstocked. Like overstocked. Like none of the spaces are empty. So I guess we're just, us as a CD culture, we're not buying the shit enough. And, the businesses are responding like businesses should. They tried dropping prices, because that's how supply and demand works. You supply a product, the more people buy it, that means you up the price. If less people buy it, you lower the price to try to get them to buy it. If you lower the price and you sell it even less, it's time to pull it. So I get it. And yeah, you can still just order the CDs, I know, but it's something a little more special about hearing that album digitally the night it drops at midnight, and then you listen to it and you like it, and or you love it, and then you say, yep, tomorrow morning I'm driving down to the Best Buy, I'm driving down to the Target, I'm driving down to the FYE, and I'm buying the album physically so I can support this artist, and because I want the physical. And it's just, I don't know, there's something you get from that you don't get from ordering, and you don't get from digitally clicking. Like, but yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to speak on. I just kind of want to talk about something because, I don't want my channel to just be a fucking wasteland while I wait for shit to drop, or while I wait for, people to announce shit. So I just kind of wanted to talk. I'm not going to edit this one that much either, because I'm just talking to y'all. So you're going to get all my you're going to get all my pauses, you're going to get all my breaths. I might cut a couple of them bitches out. I might cut a couple of them bitches out. But yeah, man. What do you guys think? Like, what do you think? Do you buy CDs? You probably don't. What do you think about buying CDs? Do you think it's dumb? Do you think it's a waste? What do you think about buying music? Do you think buying music is a waste? Do you like streaming? Do you like the way things are going? Do you want things to kind of slow down? Put it in the comments. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Come on, we keep it all the way 100 over here. Uh, if you like me and you want to hear more of me, subscribe. And there's going to be more of my videos at the end of the shit in the annotations. I really think they're called annotations. I'm too lazy to fucking actually look to see what they're called. And with that being said, have a good one.